This little butterfly might have been raised by ants. As nature detectives, we can use some nature tools to figure out what kind of butterfly this is and how it helps us every single day. We use just one tool to do that, and that's our eyes. First nature clue we notice about this butterfly is its size. This is one of the smallest butterflies that we will see in this part of North America. It's only about as big as a grown-up's thumbnail. If you have little hands, it might be as big as your two thumbnails side by side. The second nature clue we notice is its color. Especially when this butterfly is flying, we notice this bright, shimmering, metallic blue. It's one of the bluest butterflies that we'll see, and it's one of the only butterflies that looks at a distance to be all blue, especially on its back, on the dorsal surface. And the third nature clue we notice on our calendars. It's about mid-May right now, peak springtime. And this little blue butterfly is the only small blue butterfly like this that we're going to see at this particular time of year. Well, let's put all those nature clues together. We have a butterfly that's showing up in mid-May, peak springtime. It's bright shimmering blue, and it's only about as big as a grown-up's thumbnail. This must be a spring azure. Spring azure butterflies are really special insects. If we were lucky enough to see this spring azure hatch out of its egg, we would have seen a tiny, like smaller than a grain of rice sized caterpillar. Very small, bright, beautiful green, and it would have been eating the flowers and fruits of native shrub plants like viburnum and New Jersey tea and blueberry and spirea. According to some reputable sources like Butterflies and Moths of North America, spring azures have a very special relationship with ants. These little caterpillars can create a substance that's really sugary and really tasty to ants. They absolutely love it. It's called honeydew. And honeydew, like the name suggests, is sweet like honey, and it's a food source for ants. It smells really good, and the ants will sometimes feed these caterpillars and protect them from predators like wasps so that they can get at more of that honeydew. It's well documented around the world that butterflies related to spring azures are tended by ants that are looking for the caterpillar's honeydew, and in some cases, especially in the tropics, butterfly caterpillars like this can be reared inside ant nests, so that after they go through their metamorphosis and come out as adults, the butterflies crawl right out of the ant nests and they inflate their wings and fly away. It's a really fascinating partnership between two unrelated insects that work together for their mutual benefit. Like many butterflies, spring azure adults are also pollinators. They're feeding on nectar from lots of different kinds of flowers, and they're moving those little pollen grains, the little special powder, from flower to flower to help the plants to generate their fruits. Some of those fruits are very important to people. Think of apples and cherries in particular. Those are really important crops in New York State, and spring azures are one of those insects that are flying around early enough to pollinate them. Well, thanks for joining me for today's Nature Mystery. If you have any questions about spring azures or other kinds of butterflies you can find in New York State, please drop us a comment. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube to stay tuned for more Nature Mysteries.